Hello and welcome. My name's Dee Hanby, and today we're covering negative emotion number 3, hatred. So when you hear that word hatred, what goes through your mind? What comes to you when you hear that word or see it written? Mostly like when you hear somebody say that word hatred. What emotions come to you? Do you get a picture in your mind of somebody that you hate, you feel that you hate, or something? What comes to you when you hear that or see that word? Now, I'm sure we've all used this word many times in the past, and it's a word that we really should eliminate from our vocabulary, because it puts us in such an awful low vibration. And it's really not a nice feeling at all. It's not a nice thought, if you think about it, that word. And if you've ever thought this word about somebody, you know, it's really not nice. And it's actually like ignorance and fear of something. To be ignorant of something, fear of something. To have this word of hatred. Yeah. I don't know if you've been thinking about these emotions over the past few days after writing them down, but this is definitely one that, for myself, I really, I've learned to change this over time. I don't use this word in any of my vocabulary now because I've understood what damage it can do to you. So first of all, I just would like to read, I've learned from Bob Proctor, a lot of the things that's changed my life is from Bob Proctor. So I'd like to read to you what he says about this. So he also says this is probably one of the most destructive emotions anyone could get involved with. And it causes, of course, our ignorance and fear, which I already mentioned. And you'll hear people say, I hate her, I hate him. My glasses are reflecting, aren't they? And I hate this, but that's so foolish. Have you any idea what happens when your conscious mind builds up a negative concept to that degree? They're piling negative upon negatives, and then internalizing it and getting emotionally involved using the most powerful mental faculty you've got. That's your imagination, if you don't already know that. To see something terrible happening to somebody, it moves you into that vibration. So who really experiences the hatred? You, isn't it? The person holding it. Now, we all know the universe gives back in abundance of what we put out. And yeah, I've learned all this with Bob Proctor. You know, you give out positive vibes and you attract positive things. And if you're going to give out negative vibes, you attract all this negative. So whichever one you're concentrating on mostly, or using mostly throughout your day, is what you'll attract. You know, it's like the boomerang effect. So exactly the same thing multiplied. If you're sending out negative, you'll get that back multiplied. If you're sending out positive, you'll get that back multiplied. It might not come back as hatred, but it will come back as a negative energy. So if you ever catch yourself saying, I hate blah, 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 whatever, you fill in the blank, or, you know, just say, wait a minute. And you can switch it, change it to something else. Say, I love it, I love it, I love it. But just change the negative word, change it. By the repetition, it will get you to switch. Put yourself in the exact opposite vibration. Get into a positive vibration. And in this way, you're in the best positive position to accept every bit of good that comes your way. Eliminate hatred from your life altogether. And you know, that's what Bob Proctor says in his coaching courses. So what I want you to do is, for the next 4 or 5 minutes, just think about this. think about what this word brings up, the feelings in you, and where you could change the word, because there are different words that you can use that will also not put you in such a bad vibration. You know, like if it's just something like a food. I mean, because we don't. Most people, there will be some kind of food that you dislike, and instead of using that word, I hate broccoli, I hate Brussels sprouts, I hate this, just say, well, I prefer not to eat those. You could say I dislike those if you've tried them. I mean, if you've never tried something, you can't really say you hate it. Just say, I'm not sure if I want to try that, you know. There's many words that you can use instead of that word, hatred or hate. A lot of it, yeah, ignorance. From my past experience of using this word, yeah, I mean, as a child, I hated Brussels sprouts. I really, really dislike them. So yeah, I use that word now. I don't say that word about anything anymore, because I've understood the vibration and what it actually does. That word moves you into a low vibration, and it's really not nice. So if there's a person that you don't want to have anything to do with because of something happened in the past, you can just let it go and don't think about them. And actually, the best thing to do is replace it with love. And it might be a hard thing to do for some people, but with hatred, again, it's like something that vibration is like you can be taking a pill and hoping that the other person will die. You're poisoning yourself, not them. So it's not doing it somebody else. If you're thinking if this word is referring to somebody else, it's not doing them any harm. The vibration is in you. It's about you, and you're like poisoning yourself. So instead, replace it with love, and you're sending that vibration to yourself. So I mean, they'll have no idea if it's a person that we're talking about here. They'll have no idea anyway, and it's just better to be saying something different, changing the word, feeling love instead of that word. So, you know, that's my advice here. I mean, and Bob Proctor and many people that have learned this thing about this word. There's so many words that you can use. Yeah. Ignorance. Like, I can remember somebody that I used to be close to. He would dislike. He would say he hates black people. He hates Indian people. He hates this. That's just ignorance and fear, because he doesn't know anything about them. He doesn't understand the culture. He doesn't understand. But they're all human beings. I mean, we're all the same. We're all human beings. We're just different because of our culture. And there's nothing to hate. We're just different, and we have to accept that, you know. And we should love each other, no matter which country we're from, or where we're from, what language we speak, what colour our skin is. You know, this world should be about love. And if you're the person that's hating it, it really does say something about you, not the other person. And you really need to change your way of thinking. And yeah, it's about, don't care what other people say. If other people are saying that about you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. They can think that it's harming them, not you. And as long as you like you, that's the main thing. So. Yeah, that's what you should do here, is replace it with something different. Like, I'd prefer to eat, I'd prefer this, I'd prefer that, or I dislike, you know. There's so many other words you can use. But the best thing is to just replace it with love. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, think about it. Write down whatever you get from this, whatever you feel that will help you. Or you can, if you don't want to write it down, if you haven't got your pen and that, you can just re-watch the videos whenever you want to. They'll be on the website, on the Facebook page. And yes, that's it for today. And so for tomorrow, Number 4 is revenge. So, look forward to seeing you tomorrow and have a lovely day. Take care for now. Bye.